This meeting is being recorded.
Hi guys, this is Cece from Generation Wellness Global, and I wanted to share my recent discovery of Family Constellations. I did a workshop the other week, and it was so cool. It was so cool. If you haven't heard about it, it's kind of you can do it with objects, but it's really powerful when you do it with people. And you invite other people to actually resonate for members of your family, and you watch the energy and the dynamics of that, the interactions. So you might have someone who represents you and someone who represents your mother and your father and your grandmother, and then you watch how they move, how they interact, what they want to. Are they drawn to each other? Are they repelled? Are they frustrated? Are they angry? It's really cool. And I learned a lot. And it's a lot of fun. Well, I find that sort of thing fun. Some people might find it a little bit intense, but I find it just amazing to watch and to experience. And so that was fun. And then I actually did some work using Lego pieces. You can see all the Lego behind me. Using some Lego pieces with my kids. And then we kind of did it at that level as well. Like, where do you feel like you sit in the room? And it was really amazing because they didn't sit with the process for long, but it was still enough for me to gain a lot of insight about where they were at on some things, and quite big, remarkable things that I hadn't fully understood. And so it was really, and we just got a piece like, if this is mom and this is dad and this is you and this is you, like, where do you see yourself? And when these people were together, this person wanted to be over here, or this person, felt that they wanted to go and climb a tree, or so it was really amazing to get into that. And then we actually had a bit of a family conference and discussed some of the things that came up. And it really had a lot of power. So it's so incredibly interesting, because I think part of it is you get a new understanding of what the other people are struggling with, or what some of their, like, if you, for example, and this isn't mine, but for example, if you are feeling unseen by your mother, that will have a result for how you act in your relationship, or will have a result for how you act with your children. And so if you're, for example, if that was my mother and I'm looking for something from her, but she's feeling like she's not seen by her mother, then that's going to change the dynamic. And so being able to see her story and her stuff played out allows me to come in with new eyes and new understanding for what she might be struggling with, or how that has played out in her life, and so how that's played out in my life and with my siblings and what have you. So it was just really fun, really good. I offered to go first. I said, I'll go first because, like, I'm okay with crying and stuff. I do this sort of thing all the time. This is, like I always say, different people are different. Not everyone's a crier. But if you are really getting to the meat of the issue that needs to be addressed, you will have some kind of emotional response, and quite often that is to cry. But some people it's yawning. Some people will get, different feelings and sensations in their body. But I'm a crier. I know that I've got to the heart of an issue when I start to tear up and feel emotionally connected to that issue. So yeah, but it was really interesting. We did 3 different so work for me and then work for 2 other people in the room, and then each person who was representing their family, they would invite people in the room to get up and represent for different members. And I actually started mine as a blind, so no one knew who they were representing. And then the stuff that was coming out, I was like, yep, that's totally on point. I know who that is. I know. So they didn't know who they were representing, but they still, it was just amazing to watch. And how does that work? I suppose a lot of people want to know how does that work. It is not channeling. It is not, but we all have. My feeling is that, we all have energy and vibrations. We all have emotional stuff. We all have fears. And so as you select someone to represent that person, you've seen something in them where they might connect with that. So, for example, if someone in my family has suppressed anger, that person who might struggle with that or have a similar situation in their family, they might be asked to represent, and that might come up because that's something familiar to them or something that they can resonate with. Because when you if you understand how frequencies work, when like meets like, they actually amplify each other. And so our job here, in my opinion, is to clear all the lower frequencies and vibrations and resonate from a place of love and acceptance. And that's Jesus, right? To love and have compassion and mercy for others. And the more that we clear the lower emotions, the lower vibrations of resentment or fear or frustration or anxiety or anger or humiliation or shame, all those things that we all have, we can all resonate somewhere in our life. But as we heal those things, then we get a bit of a lift closer to being more Christ-like, and we have more capacity for love and compassion for others. But it was just really interesting to see how people really resonated with the people. The stuff that they were feeling was very real and very on point. It was fascinating. It was really so. It's just about asking them to step into that shared frequency or energy where they resonate with that thing that's being expressed and experienced by another person. And but it's always good to like wash it all off at the end at the end of the day, at the end of the session as well. You don't want to pick that up and take that home. But it can really point out to us when we find someone in that, it can point out to us stuff that we still need to heal. That it's kind of that thing, like that person didn't trigger you, they triggered your trigger. And so it's really powerful when we sit in a place of being observant with stuff that's come up for us, and we can sit there and really hold space and ask, stay curious, ask questions like, why did that trigger me? Why am I feeling something right now? I had another situation with family recently, and as soon as I'd felt really peaceful, and then as soon as they'd left, I was like, I can feel something. I can feel something in me, and I tried not to call it triggering because I didn't feel triggered like upset but I just noticed, and I really held space for what is it that I'm noticing, what is it that has come up to be acknowledged, to be repented for, to be, that needs some space to be expressed. And yeah, it's so fascinating when I think if you feel uncomfortable with this, it's because you're still accepting some shame or blame upon yourself about what you carry. But it should never be a sense of shame. Like we have carried this stuff to this point because we haven't handed it over. We haven't repented. We haven't cleared that thing that's been passed through generations potentially, or modeled to us in childhood. And we have this beautiful opportunity now to actually free ourselves and future generations, because we know how to do this now. We have tools, and it's a really, so if you struggle with this work, I really invite you to realize that that's not your truth. The shame, the blame, the guilt, the loneliness, whatever it is, that's not your truth. That's just a part of the healing that has to happen. And so if you walk through that, if you're willing to sit with that and actually clear, it's incredibly powerful how much healing and blessings that can bring not just to ourselves, but those around us, right? Because the more we clear, the more, like I said, we're resonating more Christ-like love and compassion, and that really touches the people around us as well. So, but I think it's fascinating. I think it's awesome. It frees us up so much to know who we are and why we're here. And I invite you to embrace it. Find the joy. Doesn't the prophet say, find the joy in repentance? Find the joy in repentance. It truly is so powerful to heal this stuff, to hand it over, to ask forgiveness. It just frees us so much. And yeah, it was amazing. So just another experience. I love the different, it's kind of similar to what I do, but like really seeing it in 3D in front of you, moving pieces. It was just fascinating. So I just wanted to share. And if you have a similar experience, or you've tried another modality that has really spoken to you and really helped you to understand some of the things that you struggle with, or your family dynamics, I would love to hear. I'm always ready to hear and learn about amazing things that I might not have entered my frame of awareness yet. So, but yeah, I just really wanted to share that. It's so interesting, so incredibly powerful to do this work. And I invite you to stay curious and find the joy in repentance, because it just has so much power for us to really become more Christ-like, more capable of love and charity and hope and joy. And so please stay with the process and stay curious. And thanks for joining. I'll see you here again soon, I am sure. All right, have an awesome day, guys. Bye.